Hello everyone, my name's Steve. Welcome back to Phoenix Haven Garage. Today we're going to be taking a look at the wheels on my third gen Trans Am here. I have Michelin Pilot Sport AS tires in the front, and in the back I got some type of street legal drag Nitto tire that I absolutely hate. It makes the car look a little odd with the big wheel. They're the same size as the front, but the sidewall it's fatter because it's a drag tire. So what happened was the rear tires went on the car ages ago, and I couldn't get these Michelin Pilot Sport AS anymore. I love these tires. I first had them on my BMW M3, my 04, and I put them on this car as well. They look awesome. They perform great. And when it came time to get tires, they didn't make them anymore. And there we go, 245, 50, 16. I don't know if it's coming out, but these are them. These are brand new. And I might have misspoke before. They're Michelin Pilot Sport Plus AS. Yeah, these are awesome. So we're going to get these loaded in my truck, and now we're going to get this in the air and jack it up. So the first thing you want to do is go around the entire rim and remove all the black caps. I'm using a 19 millimeter socket. You could probably also use a 3/4 inch. Get those off, and you see 5 lugs. One's different because the car originally came equipped with a wheel lock. So I have that here, and what you want to do now is on both wheels, go around and just break all the lugs free before you jack it into the air, and you want to use the key on the special lug. It should just turn and fit on only one way. Just take care when you're using the key here not to strip the lug as you're using it. There you go, going very nice. Perfect. So because my car is lowered, I started a smaller jack on the other side on my subframe connector and gave it just one pump to make sure that I have a jack under there, because when I jack up this side, it's going to lower it down so far that I won't be able to get another jack underneath it to put the jack stands in. The same thing over here. I know we can't see it, but I got a subframe connector going across here. I'm just on that bar, and I'm going to bring the car up now. All right, so we got the car in the air. I got the wheels off. I know the brakes are good. I did them about 2 years ago. The pads, the rotors, they are what they are. You can't see them behind the wheels, so they'd be nice if they were slotted and drilled, but maybe later we'll do that. So now let's get all these rims and tires into the truck, get them mounted and balanced, and see how the car looks with them reinstalled. So here we go. The car looks great. Got matching wheels now on the front and the back. Really cool. There was a ton of tire wetter. It's not slick though, it's sticky that they had on it. But the tires didn't dry rot. They got to be at least, I don't know, 15 years old, maybe older. So I messed up. I should have bought 4. I only bought the 2, and it's going to be hard to find another 2, I think. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the results. Car looks awesome. I actually didn't realize how worn the fronts were until I got the new one and saw how much tread, the difference in tread in the two. It was about maybe half gone, but you know, just another thing to do. So I think we're going to have a video coming up soon highlighting the car. Never really talked about this car, all the modifications done to it. Now we're on to the 4th gen Ram Air. As we can see here, on the rear of the car, we have a mismatched tire compared to the other ones. That's because about, I don't know, 15 years ago, I hit a deer antler on the road and it popped it. I couldn't get another Goodyear Eagle F1, but here it is. Looks awesome, and we're going to be putting this on tomorrow when I take the Night Rider car in for an inspection. I'll have them swap this tire on, and we'll be good to go. And to do this, we're going to use a 3/4 inch socket to get the caps off. It will also take off the lug nuts. This car also came with a wheel lock, and I have the adapter right here, the key to get those off as well. So I'm just going to take all the caps off now by hand, loosen the lugs, and then we're going to jack the car up. I have subframe connectors on this car, so I can jack it up at any point here on the side. We have all the lugs removed. There's our wheel. We'll get these swapped over and put the right one back on and take a look at it. As we see, you can still see the strange logo on there on my 12-bolt rear end. Looks like the day we put it on there, it's been nice and covered up from the rim. On my way this morning to get the car inspected and get one of those tires mounted, a deer decided to run out from a cornfield and smack KITT in the side. The deer did not make it, but I think KITT will survive, but it's been damaged pretty hard here. The door will not open. It still unlatches though and closes, but I just can't open it due to the crushed fender and seam up here on everything. Just, my heart is in my throat. Oh, my baby. So upset. So, the rest of the video here is pretty much going to be about what I was talking about with the tires, getting that all straightened out. You can see the deer left me a nice poop stain there from where he met his end. But we'll have to see about getting this fixed and getting her all back in order again. Just breaks my heart seeing this. Ugh. So mechanically the car is fine. It happened about a mile from the house or so. I was able to drive it right back home and then just sit here and stare at it for a while. But I did take the other tire up to the service station though. I did get it mounted and balanced, and now we're going to get it onto the Trans Am now and finish the video we started to make. And I just realized the irony of all of this, that with the Ram Air Trans Am and the mismatched tire in the rear, which is part of the reason why we're doing this video, the cause of the mismatched tire on the red Trans Am was because I ran over a deer antler in the road. And now taking the wheel and tire to finally get it fixed to match the rest of the car, I hit a deer in the other car. Unbelievable. You can't write that stuff. So here's the tire mounted on the rim. Nothing short of a deer stopping it from happening, but the guys at the service station at Goodyear couldn't believe that I had a 16-year-old tire in this great condition. They asked me if I had them all stored in the shed because I had just done the tires on the Trans Am as we had showed, the other one that got hit. And I just told them, hey, eBay. So I just want to remind you all, if you're looking for tires to find for your car, use eBay, use Facebook Marketplace, use Craigslist. Look for the tires every day. It takes you 2 minutes to do the search, and you might score some gold in the process. So now, just as with the other car, we're going to torque everything down to 100 foot-pounds. I'm going to start with the locking lug nut. 2 clicks is all that's needed. And be sure to go around the wheel in a star pattern. Take your black caps and just hand tighten them on to the lugs. Oh, and there it is. It finally looks as good on the driver's side as it did on the passenger side. It's been more than 10 years since I've had matching 4 tires on this car. Yeah, I'm just as ecstatic as the other car. It looks great. Just gotta wash it now. So I don't remember if I followed up on the BMW. The tire up front on the driver's side that had the bubble in it. I was able to find an almost exact match to the other tires on there. It's not quite the ultra high performance one, but it was the same brand. It was the same type of tire. It just was like one level below the performance rating of the other tires. It looks great. It is another really oddball size. It's really small. Man, geez, that moth was disintegrated. But the BMW is now taken care of as well. Again, I got the tire off eBay. eBay is your friend here trying to find those mismatched tires. So now to end the video on a positive note, the gentleman I've been working with to get the interior pieces for my red 92 red Trans Am convertible also has all the body panels I need to swap these out for the other ones if we decide to do so. So I'm gonna wait to see what my cousin says about the body work, and if maybe we should just be cutting out the piece and then replacing it, cutting out the door, replacing the door with a brand new door, and replacing the front fender as well, then just getting it all painted. So I'm very happy to hear that he has all the body panels I need. That's a big relief off my shoulders. I was really worried about having to find pieces if we couldn't repair a lot of the damage here. The damage doesn't look that bad. I know it's a little, I'm overreacting a little bit to what we're seeing, but you know, it is some major crunchage here and things to do. But either way, it's good to know I have the parts if we need them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was stressful for me to make it, but we got it published at least. And if you did, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and take care, everyone.